Hi everyone, in this video we're going to go straight into figuring out what's been driving emerging economies for the last 12 or so years. So I did the boring part of going into the Yahoo Finance, pulling it up, copying, pasting all the data. So I took the maximum amount of data I can. It's up until 2012. So I've pasted it into Excel. Right now, I'm just going to clean it up. Remove all the data that I don't really need, like the dividend data. Delete those rows. Okay, delete those rows. Sometimes I find when I import stuff into ChatGPT, if I import more than one row, it kind of like doesn't work out well. So let's go ahead and clean this up. So I'm just only going to use the closing data. All right. Okay. So I put it in quotes. And let's identify some high return periods and some big drawdowns. I'm going to use 4.0 for this one. You know what I'm going to try to do actually? I'm going to try to create a prompt in 4 to prompt 4.0. Let's see if that works out. And then maybe we make, okay, this is very Inception-like. So let's use 4 to make a prompt for 4.0 to make an analysis. And then let's use the 0.1 preview to make a script using the 4.0 output that I can make a YouTube video out of. Let's get after it. Triple video or double video. Two birds, one stone. Let's get after it. Okay. Build me a prompt to use with a large language model that will ask the model to summarize major events such as large upswings and downswings in a price data set. The price data set is the closing prices for an emerging market index. Build me a prompt to use with a large language model that will ask the model to summarize major events such as large upswings and downswings in a price data set. The price data set is the closing prices for an emerging market index. Okay, now let's take a look at VEE. Maybe if we give it more data, it can do better. See the fact sheet. I don't know if I want to make a trade off this, but I'm probably not. Right now, I'm kind of feeling like reducing my Canada in favor of okay, I'm just a little focused here. But I think what I'm going to do with my current YouTube fund is I'm just going to reduce my Canada in favor of developed markets. It just seems like to me that the differential between North America and like I'm going to reduce my Canada exposure in favor of the Europe and developed markets abroad. Just because I feel like the differential between Canada and developed markets abroad is just very high right now, especially developed markets versus the US. But I'm still really bullish on the US, so I don't really want to reduce my weight there. Right now, I think I'm overweight about 2% versus the world index. I might stay around there. Depends. Um, but yeah, like what I'm thinking is increasing my tech. So I'm going to be more in the US, but within the US, I'm going to lean more towards tech just because I'm having a lot of fun with ChatGPT. Makes me want to buy some tech. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. Build me a prompt to use with a large language model that will ask the model to summarize major events such as large upswings and downswings in a price data set. The price data set is the closing prices for an emerging market index. In quotations, you gotta just be so specific with this thing. In quotations is the description of the index. Vanguard, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. See what the current sector weights are. These. Do I want to give it any of this information? Like, if I give it the sector weightings, it might just use that as the weights historically, right? Like like the more data I give it, the more error prone it is. Is that right? Like I feel like it would make that assumption that if I gave it these weights, that for the last 12 years that these were the weights, right? But that's not really the case. Okay, let's try out what the prompt is that's generated. Tracking market shift, refining the focus. Please analyze. Oh no. Oh no, I hit the data plan. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm going to still make that video tomorrow. Please analyze the closing price set for the Vanguard FTSE FTSE Emerging Markets All Cap Index ETF, which seeks to track the performance of a broad emerging market index by investing in large, mid. Summarize the major event. For each major price, identify potential contributing factors such as. Okay. Should we write this? Holy crap. This is so next gen, eh? Oh. Okay, let's look at this. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying that other series, this simple investing series. I've got 5 videos queued up. So I'm still doing the 1K to 10K challenge. And then my vision for this channel is that I use the simple investing series to educate you enough so that you could follow along with the 1K to 10K challenge and make your own decisions and like see where I make mistakes, where I do well, stuff like that. And then I'm also still going to release like these long form content. So I noticed like the stuff that gets that you guys enjoy or you folks enjoy is stuff like this teaching ChatGPT to be a fund manager. That's my second biggest one besides this clickbait title. Like I did a clickbait title and it hit 131 and then this like my first video. So you folks seem to enjoy this. But let's go see what this price data set is doing. How long is this video? 9:31. All right. I'm gonna try to keep it down to 20 minutes. Payoff diagram. What is that price data summary request? Did it not save my thing? I'm really I'm really leveraging ChatGPT with these videos too, eh? I try my best. I try my best. I'm more about trying to generate alpha. Okay, let's put this into... Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, let's do this. Is ChatGPT the next Excel? Tell me. Tell me in the comments if it's the next Excel. I like it. It's just the math part of it. Like the math part of it is so annoying. Like you literally have to beg for it to do the right stuff. Okay, let's try this. Please analyze, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read it to you guys or to you folks again. To analyze the closing price data. Cool. Following 19. Yeah, I've been kind of... So in my current YouTube fund, I've got some emerging markets in there, but it's at the global market weight. I don't know if I want to up my weight in that. Seems a little bit risky right now. It just popped off because of the news last week. But I did increase my emerging market position by increasing my bond exposure to there. So reduce my risk a little bit. I'm kind of switching back and forth between my weights. Do I want to be like 10% fixed income cash, or do I want to be like minimal cash, all equity, right? Okay, to analyze the closing prices, blah, 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 we need to focus on identifying key points of upswings and downswings and then cross-referencing those with political economic events. Nice. Okay, so it's got some... Make it in chronological order, please. What the heck is this? Make this information in chronological order, please. Maintain the same level of detail. Because sometimes when you ask ChatGPT to like rearrange stuff for you, it reduces the level of detail. It's kind of annoying. Okay. In my other videos, I've had some comments about me being a little like, some people think that the audio cuts off because I stopped talking. Well, how do I balance talking too much and not talking enough such that it cuts off? I don't know. I really don't. Like, how many videos am I in? Like, really 15? I'm trying to hit 100 videos by the end of the year. I think I'm going to do it, right? How many videos do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 18 videos. 14 release, 4 in the pipeline, plus this video I'm going to release tonight. Okay, here's the analysis in chronicle. Late 2015, dropped to 26.21. Use drawdowns and climbs. Use percentage drawdowns and percentage upswings rather than using dollars. Maintain all the same wording and reprint. Okay, after I read this, I'm cutting the video off. This is just for me. Major price movement, further drop of 22. Okay, this is decent. I think before I tried to do this exact same thing, but I just gave it price data with no context. But this is awesome. I don't know if this has predictive ability though. Like all you're really doing is you're looking back in time at things that probably won't occur again. Or you can't really use them to predict. So at the end of the day, like you're not going to generate like you're not going to be able to tilt in and out of different weightings of your asset allocation to take advantage of this stuff, right? At least in my opinion. Okay, so how long is this video? 1554. So here's the analysis using percentage drawdowns and upswings instead of dollar values with the same level of detail maintained. Nice. Okay, so in late 2015, there was a 22% drop. Potential factors: the mid 2015 decline aligns with concerns over a potential hard landing in China, declining commodity prices, and fears of global economic slowdown. The sharp drop in oil prices and other commodities hurt many emerging market economies relying on exports. January 2016, potential factors. This additional decline coincides with market turbulence caused by slowdown in China's economy, a key driver of emerging market performance. The devaluation of the Chinese yuan and concerns over China's growth hit investor confidence globally. Additionally, collapsing oil prices during this period led to significant economic pressure on oil and wow. The 2018-2020 rise in the ETF price coincided with broad-based recovery in emerging markets. This was driven by easing trade tensions between the US and China after prolonged trade wars. Okay, like a lot of all of this stuff is pretty... Is that something that could occur? Like China's moving away from Russia. Who's China going to trade with more? Probably the US. Is the emerging markets moving towards an upswing? Oh man, do I up my weight based off this information here? Potential factors. The sharp decline corresponds to the global market crash triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic. Emerging markets, like most regions, face severe capital outflows as investors fled to... Okay, you know what really bothers me? This is just a side tangent. What really bothers me are these squiggly lines rather than the negative signs. Like use a minus sign, please. But anyways, the sharp decline corresponds to the global market crash triggered by the coronavirus pandemic. Okay. March 2020 recovery. It's crazy how the emerging markets takes a lot longer than the US. The US went nuts after coronavirus. Just nuts. Upswing 17%. After the initial COVID-19 shock, the global market started to recover. Central bank intervention, stimulus measures, and gradual reopening. Additionally, emerging markets like China were amongst the first to control the pandemic, boosting investor confidence. Nice. Okay. And then in 2021, another 31% upswing. Early 2021 saw significant global optimism about economic recovery following the COVID-19 lockdowns driven by vaccine rollouts. Emerging markets benefited from this global recovery sentiment with higher demand for commodities and exports from emerging markets. Okay. During this period, okay, let's look. I'm just reading these verbatim. I don't think there is any copyright Let me check that. Is there copyright in this message? Oh, I'm trying to protect my YouTube channel. It might be my... Nice. That's some... I don't know if I want to do like a life lesson series. I might stick with the investing stuff for now. I'm enjoying that. It gives me energy. Honestly, I want to stick with this. We'll see. If I decide to share my other history. Okay. Where was I? 2021 upswing 31%. Global recovery sentiment slight drawdown 5%. October 2022 drawdown of 28%. Emerging markets were hit by rising interest rates globally as central banks, particularly the Fed, embarked on aggressive rate hikes to curb inflation. Higher rates made US dollars denominated assets more attractive, leading to capital outflows from riskier. Well, the US is dropping rates. Does that mean we go back into emerging markets? I really don't know. Is that already priced in? Is it already priced in? That's the question, right? Like how much is it up already? Like it's already been up. Let's look at VE. That's my emerging market. Oh, why am I going on YouTube for that? Let's go on Yahoo Finance. Go on VE. So in the last month, this thing's been up like 10%, right? Like it was trading at 35 and now it's at like 38. It's up. It's been up. Let's look at the 6 months. It's been up. Does it have more room? Do I overweight this thing? Do I up my emerging economies to 10% just based off this like ChatGPT analysis? Well, like it seems pretty bullish, right? Upswing 31%, slight drawdown 28, 31, 5. Upswing 31%. Okay. All right. I just thought of something. So the other day, I think I did like, let me see if I can find something. You guys have my entire history on here. Don't steal my content. Don't steal my content. All equity versus bonds. Nope. Efficient market portfolio ETFs. Man, I wish there was a folder. It's so annoying. Where is it? I gave you a bunch of data the other day. It was a bunch of different quotes, and you gave me a summary of what was going on in emerging markets. I asked whether or not it was bearish or bullish. Please retrieve your response. Let's see if this is something that I can get. Come on. Seriously? When did I make that trade? Okay, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be going ahead and deciding. But anyways, well, that was fun. Until next time. Bye.